So I choose to serve our community in several ways because I think it's important to give back. So I think that's part of who I am as an American Indian woman that has been raised on gratitude and giving, and that by doing the work that I do, I'm actually giving back to my community, helping to prepare it in very strong ways for the future. Oh, that's a great question. The ability to vote means tremendous things for me. I was raised on voting. My mother and my stepfather were part of the American Indian movement, which was a movement really to advocate for rights for American Indian people. I remember as a young girl being in the back seat of the car and riding around with my mom all day long as she would go pick people up and take them to vote, people who didn't have a ride and couldn't get there. So I learned the importance of voting very early on as an important way to make sure that your voice is heard in the electoral and the democratic process that we have in place in our country today. I think civic engagement takes several different forms. Voting is one process, but getting involved within your city councils, your school boards, your nonprofit board of directors is so important because it really helps build the future and get your voice heard at all different levels. It's not always the electoral process, that's the one that we hear the most about, but you can exercise your civic voice in several ways. American Indians were not able to vote until 1948. Even though the American Indian Citizenship Act was passed in 1924. And then furthermore, many American Indians were pushed out of the polls until 1970 because of the English-only act at the polls. And so it is so important to vote. It's important to exercise your civic engagement in many ways at all different levels. Make sure that your voice is heard.